Like Froyo with a rich baddie, looking for the bros. If you really with it, make them cash out the cold, bro. Any, mini, miny, mo, all is.
It's time for the AFC Championship, and the question is, are you ready for some football? It's the reigning AFC champs and the Chargers, next on Madden NFL 22.
It was once just an idea until breaking ground in November of 2016, and now here it is in all its glory. Spectacular SoFi Stadium here in metropolitan Los Angeles. Straight ahead, it's a clash to decide the AFC's representative in the Super Bowl. And it'll be a great one between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Los Angeles Chargers. The winner gets a trip to sunny Arizona for Super Bowl 57. The AFC title game is underway. And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback. Here's the first carry for Austin Ekeler. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. More from L.A. in a moment. 2nd and 6. Herbert. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Well, this defense, Charles, really played well in that win a week ago.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground. I don't care how many times we say it, I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Herbert will give this one to Ekeler. And across midfield he goes and into Bengal territory. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Herbert finds the open man. It's Mike Williams. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helped to have a guy who could turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
They'll try to pick up the first with Ekeler. And Ekeler will not get there. Great defense at the point of attack. Going to stop him short of the first down. Calling no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1. They snap it to Herbert. Over the middle, complete. It's Williams. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. Both sides were holding their breath there on that 4th down play, and the offense can breathe a sigh of relief.
And both knew exactly where the first down markers were. You know the defense is trying to guard those sticks and try and keep people in front, but somehow, some way, those guys found a way to pick it up.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. Looking for Allen. He's got him on the slam. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6.
And oftentimes we think about statement drives in the second halves of games, especially in the 4th quarter. But here, it's happening early. A definite statement. They've held on to the ball for a healthy portion of this first quarter already. And now after that completion, they're set up 1st and goal.
Scoring first, so critical in the postseason. They've got it here, 1st and goal. On the give, this is Ekeler. And they get him down at the 1. He had the broken tackle, but ultimately could not get into the end zone. 5 yards, a good run there, and now 2nd and goal.
When you look at the geography we're staring at, this part of the field, don't you always think of big backs carrying the football, bruisers trying to pound it in? Instead, look at a little more of a scat back type, and he's trying to make it happen.
Yeah, they went with the elusive, slippery guy. Couldn't get in there, though. No gain on the play there. They're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal. 3 tight ends up front here. 3rd and goal. Trying to punch it in with Eckler. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Austin Eckler taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Chargers are on the board first here in this AFC Championship game. Boswell good with the extra point. And that makes the score 7-0. So that drive spans 13 plays. And it's Austin Eckler who finishes things off with a touchdown run. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Burrow and the Bengals with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. The former 2nd-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here. And if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up the score.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
A gain of 16 yards. And a Bengal first down.
Start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Bengals in control of the football. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46. Joey Bosa in on the stop.
Nice satisfying run on first down for the offense, picking up 5, which means defensively, the thought process is entirely different. You don't want to panic, but at the same time, you're saying to each other, we got to tighten this down. We can't give up gains like that.
And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Mixon with a first down carry. Space to run past the 20. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. One thing that's great about watching him run, Charles, he doesn't hesitate. He got to the left side of his O-line and just went.
So there's 2 ways to look at that. One, just absolutely unconcerned, just takes off and goes. But more the latter, I think, which is he has absolute confidence in the guys in front of him, the guys doing the blocking for him. He just takes it and goes with abandon.
Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
And he is in. Touchdown, Bengals. Joe Mixon taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Bengals are an extra point away from tying up this football game. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And we are tied here in the 2nd quarter. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. The Chargers get set to go here for their 2nd drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
On 2nd down, Eckler. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
First down, and they stick with Eckler. Dante Hightower on the stop.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On third down, here's Eckler. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on fourth. On fourth down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. Now this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. Cincinnati coming back onto the field here for their second drive. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown. Now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
Looking to throw again on second down. Burrow. Throw right side, pulled in by Higgins. First down now, but that clock rolling. They're passing here. Joe Burrow dumps it off to Mixon. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. More from L.A. in a moment. Line of scrimmage, the 24. This is 2nd and 6. Again, it's Burrow. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Tate. Two first downs have him up to the 41 now for 1st and 10. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. Looking for Tate, and it's intercepted. Picked by Kenneth Murray. And this is recovered by the Chargers. And they put it on the ground here on the second drive. And, of course, Charles, that follows drive number 1 where they had the INT.
Makes you wonder what's going on with this team because a lot of times we can attribute it to nerves, but maybe it's a lack of focus. Maybe it's the preparation for the game. Maybe they just came into a little lackadaisical because that's just not looking good at all. That's just not the football that we came here to see.
From just shy of midfield, Herbert on the screen. This is Eckler. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. On 1st and 10, Herbert. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep. Try and throw some air under it and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
To throw again on second down, Herbert. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. A final shot before the break for Herbert. He'll drop this one off to Eckler. And they will get this across midfield, but still well short of the first as he's dropped at the 46. Yeah, who has time for a halftime show with a trip to the Super Bowl on the line? Let's get back to it. Okay, Coach, yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. To return it, Darius Phillips. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The Bengals drive about to get going. And CD, we are in for a very intriguing second half. This is what we wanted, all tied. This is what postseason football is all about.
It certainly is. And doesn't it speak to the parity in the NFL? Roughly half the teams that made the playoffs the year before miss the next year, get replaced. We know it's an any given Sunday mentality. Nothing's easy in the playoffs, but when you have your shot, they're eager to seize it.
They will throw on first down with Burrow. He's got his man. This is Tate. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. I think he got a yard to the 41.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
He completes it to Boyd. And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the first down.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moved.
And they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. 58 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far. Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Burrow looking to pass. He'll drop this one down to Mixon. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. Call it a gain of 6 on the play. And that'll bring up a 3rd down. To Mixon, and they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. He needed 3, he got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard. They'll try and throw for it with Burrow. This is caught. Touchdown, Bengals. T. Higgins from 6 yards away. And the Bengals have taken the lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it ends with a Bengals score. So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. Now we'll look at the Chargers offense. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the 3rd quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. But it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. They'll run out of the gun with Eckler. And he got half of what he needed there, 2 yards, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more.
I have to think a major focus at the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
For many people, that's not your standard play call in that third down situation. But for so many offenses, they just want the ball in the hands of their playmakers in open space. And after he caught it, he did a nice job picking up the first down.
Back now at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood. 1 quarter remains for the right to go on to the Super Bowl. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Meanwhile, Herbert's throw complete there to Smith. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the fourth. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
Running on first down, Eckler. A solid run on first down, gain of 7, leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Herbert, he finds his target. It's Schultz.
The tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then of course they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it
under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Jordan Evans came in there hard on the blitz and got him down 9 yards behind the line of scrimmage. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Draw play. It's Eckler. Works his way inside the 30 on a pickup of 4. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Back to throw here, Herbert. He'll get this to Eckler. Oh, fighting off the defender. And he's going to be marked down short of the first down, right around the 17. It'll be a gain of 12, but it will also lead to 4th down.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
The 4th down play doesn't work for the Chargers, and the Bengals will get the football back. Burrow going to lead up the Bengals here, 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. They'll hand it off here. This is Mixon. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage. Use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They're facing a critical 3rd down now as they try to hold on to this lead. And it would appear he's going to be short of a first down as he stopped right around the 29. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. And Burrow going to keep it himself. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They try to eat some clock with Mixon. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. Chargers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Here we go with Burrow. Flushed out right. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Derwin James with a pick. And his guys Chargers will take over at the 30-yard line.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Herbert to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, LA. Dalton Schultz, 30 yards. And the Chargers are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. On the return, Phillips. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Here again comes Joe Burrow and the offense for the Bengals. And it was his interception on the last drive that wound up leading to a game-tying touchdown.
And somehow you can make this a positive, though. You know why? Game tied now, so you're not protecting a lead, so you're not playing that way. You got to go get the lead again, so maybe it loosens him up a little bit and allows him to go ahead and be a little more free in his play.
And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 31. To try to pick it up. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the 4th. Burrow. That's caught by his tight end, Uzomah. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. More from L.A. in a moment. 2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. To throw, Burrow. He gets this one to Boyd. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. Here's Burrow. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Nasir Adderley. And the Chargers are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line. Well, we say it often, Charles, but not all interceptions are created equally, and that is a big one here in a tie ball game in the 4th quarter.
And, Brandon, when games are this close, it usually comes down to the team making the fewest mistakes, and that was one of our mantras back at Tennessee. Coach Mills used to say all the time, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. You've got to cut those down to give yourself an opportunity.
He'll leave it for Kelly, complete. Final whistle blows, and we need some extra time here to decide who will be the victor.
60 minutes, just not enough some days to decide who's going to win the game.
Overtime in a playoff game, awesome setup. Remember, the rules the same as they would be in the regular season.
That's exactly right, Brandon. Remember, the receiving team, if they score a touchdown, game is over. But if they kick a field goal or don't score, the other team gets a chance to get the football. They get a possession. If they go down and score, they win the football game at that point. If both teams kick field goals, we keep playing. If a defense scores, let's say the receiving team gets the ball, doesn't score, or they throw a pick six or fumble, gets picked up, the defense scores, game over. But here's the best part. In the regular season, only one period is played. We could call it a tie. Here, we're going to play until we have a winner.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets this football out shy of the 30 to the 29. They'll run on first down. Mixon running right through him. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 93 yards rushing for him now as he is just trying to will his guys to an overtime victory. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple. Again, it's Mixon. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. Well, partner, recent conference championship games that have been needed to decide who goes to the Super Bowl. What do you got?
Well, if we go back to 2015, how about Green Bay at Seattle? And it looks like Green Bay's got this thing. Russell Wilson to Jermaine Kearse, that gets it done. And then go back to 2010. We think Brett Favre with the Vikings has the destiny. But they're at New Orleans. It's the Saints. And they get it done. And in overtime, go on to the Super Bowl. They won that one. They beat the Colts, correct?
Yep. A couple of the more memorable ones for sure.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon. And I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
On first down, Mixon. And he's got Rome. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
Meanwhile, Burrow's throw here into the hands of Boyd. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. They'll run on first down. Mixon. A little second effort there on the strong run. And then drop just inside of the 20. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. You know, Charles, just thinking about it, plenty of recent conference championship games have needed OT to decide who goes to the Super Bowl.
And we can go back a little ways, can't we? Go back 2012. Giants in San Francisco. That was an overtime game. The Giants ended up going on to the Super Bowl. How about the one where the Giants went to Green Bay, Lambeau, and beat the Magic of that stadium in a freezing, bitterly cold game and got it done there?
Yeah, it was 2008. It was absolutely freezing, and they went on to beat the Patriots in the Super Bowl that year. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. On second down, here's Mixon. And here he'll get it down to the 7. One overtime, how about 2? We need another. We're still even. We'll switch sides and have that second overtime in just a moment. It's 3rd and 4. Big play here, trying to keep this opening drive of overtime alive. Burrow will throw. The quick slant caught. And the Bengals are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Now it's Burrow. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, Brandon, we see why it's a team game there, because there's a sigh of relief that they just released defensively. If he's able to get that one away, that's likely a touchdown. But instead, that pressure from the front got to him and forced the incompletion.
You're right. He had him open, just a split second too late on the release. Flush to his right. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown!
They're going to win it.
And let the celebration begin. In an overtime thriller, they're off to the Super Bowl. As the fans exit back out through the turnstiles, not happy looks on their faces. Feel like they probably let this one slip away at home in overtime.
I would agree with that, and their unhappiness hurts the guys at concession stands on the way out, right? Not stopping to buy something.